Electile Dysfunction. Uh-oh.
That's the Winkies going soft. Trump and Biden are debating. It's official. You guys had summer plans. Well, the summer has plans for you. It's time for your racist grandpa to yell at your senile grandpa, and I'll let you decide who is who in that analogy. Because I know you all have a different opinion about it, and I look forward to hearing it. I'm Bridget Phetasy, and this is your dumpster fire for the weeks of May 10th to May 23rd. We back.
We're back, baby.
Meanwhile, America just wants earthworms to debate. I do feel like it's only fair to let RFK Jr. on the debate stage since they all have brainworms. I'm like, maybe we all have brainworms.
Yeah.
I got worms.
I beg your pardon?
Like humans.
Maybe everyone has brainworms, and RFK Jr. is the only one who discovered that he had one. He's like the only person who's brainworm free now in all of humanity. I mean, people are upset about this, but I can't wait for this show. Are you kidding me? This is the stuff that dumpster fire was made for.
This is our hill, and these are our beans.
This is why this show exists. It's to take stock of all of this insanity that we are forced to endure. Because for some reason, collectively, we can't figure out how to find two nominees who aren't from the silent generation. They're not having a live audience, apparently, but they don't really even have live participants, to be fair. So I guess that makes sense. They're just going to weekend at Bernie's Biden out there like they always do. Trump is alive, but he's more of like, we're all zombies. We're all zombies with brainworms. God, maybe it's true. Maybe the zombie apocalypse happened and it wasn't like we all predicted it to be in Walking Dead. It's just even worse. We're all rotting away from the inside out. I'm really starting this episode out on a high note for you. So mark your calendars. June 27th and September 10th are when the debates will be happening. There are going to be two of them because one is not enough. This is bum fights, but with old people. I thought this wasn't allowed. This is televised elder abuse. And we're all going to tune in because you don't know what's going to come out of either one of these people's mouths. I bet it's going to smell like a nursing home.
Yeah.
I think we should do a drinking game, even though I don't drink. I hope most of you do. For God's sake, please drink during this insane time. We'll do like a drinking game and it can be like debate bingo or whatever. Whose eye will fill with blood first? Who will crap their pants or fart first? Audibly. Who will be the first to refer to a dead person as alive or an alive person as dead? It could go both ways. I'm hoping that we get each one. Who will be the first to misname a head of state? Who will refer to their opponent as their predecessor? I feel like there's a good chance of Trump calling Biden Obama because probably insinuating that Big Mike is in charge. Who will be the first person to tell a story that's not true? We know both of them are capable of this. My audience was this size. My uncle got eaten by cannibals.
My Uncle Bosie, he got shot down in New Guinea. And they never found the body because there were a lot of cannibals for real in that part of New Guinea.
I love how we just skipped over that. Like, we covered it, but it feels like an entire nation was like, no, we didn't eat your fucking grandpa or whatever, your uncle. That was weird. But it's amazing the stuff he gets away with.
The late, great Hannibal Lecter.
This is like the real grandpas of Washington, D.C. What is that show that everyone's obsessed with? The Golden Bachelor. This is the Golden Bachelor for America. Who's going to get the rose? Who is America going to give the rose to in this episode of The Golden Bachelor? I do think Shane Gillis is right.
He literally, every debate, he just bullied whoever was up there. The only one who did pretty good in the debates against him was Biden, just because he had no fucking idea what was being said, which actually helped him. That worked out for him. Because Trump's whole thing is he tries to get in the other guy's head, dude. You can't get in Joe's head. Joe's not in there. Good luck, dude.
By the way, Shane Gillis's new show Tires dropped on Netflix this week. And if you want to give your message to Hollywood that you want funny comedy and good, like just old-fashioned fun and sitcoms, please watch it. Tell your friends. This is like how we can, I think comedy has shifted, but this is how we can shift Hollywood too. Because they'll go where the money is. And they'll be less afraid, I think. It's a very fear-based industry. These people are all terrified. So bravely go watch Tires on Netflix and give your support to Shane Gillis, who is hilarious. The only thing that keeps Dumpster Fire going are our subscribers. It's the way the lights stay on, which they just went out literally right before we started shooting. I was like, that's an appropriate metaphor for this show. If you love this show and you want us to keep doing it, please go to Phetasy.com and support us. You get the unedited Dumpster Fire behind the paywall every week before the edited version drops. And it's just an easy way to support something that you might love and enjoy. It's like $5 a month. It's one freaking latte. It's $50 a year. If you can spring it and you love us, please do. We've seen hundreds of you come out and support, and it's making a big difference also just in my psyche and, desire and feeling like, oh, we can keep doing this, because I'm really trying to stay independent. I'm really trying. But at some point I might need to sell out, and I'm going to blame all of you when I do.
And then when you hate Dumpster Fire, it will be your own damn fault.
When you hate Dumpster Fire because it turns into some weird thing, you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I couldn't have sprung that $50. I should have. Maybe then Bridget could have actually gotten a makeup artist again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, touch my bells and buttons. Help us get to 70,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. We do love you guys. Our audience is the best.
Truly. What is happening?
What is happening? I'll tell you what's happening. There was a cat fight in Congress. I mean, we are getting the entertainment we deserve in this country. Marjorie Taylor Greene threw shade at Jasmine Crockett's eyelashes and said that they were messing up her reading.
Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
And then AOC, who can't resist sticking her nose in a high-profile moment, jumped in and was like, "Excuse me, you need to retract that statement."
That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down. Oh, girl, baby girl.
I've never heard of Crockett until this moment, so this was her time to shine. Her clap back to Marjorie Taylor Greene was that you're a bleach blonde, bad built butch body, which try saying that 10 times fast. It's like a warm up for an acting class or a tongue twister you would do in your speech therapy as a child.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
But this was her clapback, which she then trademarked and now is selling merch because, of course, because they're all freaking parodies of what people should be who represent. They're actually perfect representations of everyone in this country, because everyone in this country wants to be famous and everyone wants to trademark their one-liners. Go to BridgetPhetasy.com for merch. This is the Real Housewives of Congress, guys. This is what we get, the representation that we deserve. And that's what they say. You get the government you deserve. We deserve Biden and Trump. We deserve these young ladies fighting. The guys looked so annoyed. They all just want to be famous. It truly is Hollywood for ugly people. They're just people who got into politics so that they can be famous. She does feel like she's trying to slingshot off Marjorie Taylor Greene's fame. Probably infamy is a better term for all of these bitches. Sorry, not bitches, young ladies.
No, when you behave like this, you're a bitch.
This felt like something that she and AOC had been saying behind closed doors for a long time. And then she took it out for a test ride on the floor of Congress. And then it went viral. And everyone was like, that amazing clapback. Like, you all just sound like comics trying to steal clout from other comics. It's so juvenile. It's like watching girls in junior high. These girls are probably going to gang up and try and get Marjorie Taylor Greene to J-Town herself. Live by the social media and die by the social media. I don't know. This stuff all comes back to haunt these people. And I know that I've been saying for years now, I don't want these olds running the country. And I take it back. I don't want these youngs running the country either. I don't really want anyone running the country anymore.
Oh no, she's gone full anarchist on us.
I want anarchy. I'm with Michael Malice. Burn it all to the ground and let us start our utopian society. I do finally understand the right-wing argument to repeal the 19th, though.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
I can kind of get on board with that now. Don't let these hoes in Congress. That's going to be my trademark shirt. Get these hoes out of Congress.
Bridget is a staunch supporter of women.
As you know. These people make women look bad, though. That's what I hate about this. You make women look exactly like the women that everyone thinks. You can see it on the dudes' faces. They're like, these hoes shouldn't be in Congress. And I'm not saying the men don't act ridiculous either, but don't act like teenage girls in Congress. It's so annoying. You make women look bad and irrational and ridiculous. I'm not going to stick up for these hoes. Get these hoes out of Congress. TM, trademarked, Bridget. Go to BridgetPhetasy.com. We're going to sell these shirts. Get these hoes out of Congress. You can apply that to the men too. I don't care. Matt Gaetz, also a hoe. Get him out of Congress. Father's Day is coming up, and you know what that means. Time to get some ball-cradling, amazing materialed sheath underwear for your hubby or boyfriend or partner. With their dual pouch system that they have, it cradles the balls lovingly and gently, and it has a separate hole and compartment for your genitalia. Everything has a separate place to go. It's not chafing. It's not rubbing. My husband loves these. They're very supportive. More supportive than me. That's what he says. These underwear are more supportive than you. They have a woman's line too, but I'm pushing the men's stuff because it's Father's Day coming up and this is a great present. It's a family business. It's a great company. Go support these good American companies. Go to sheathunderwear.com. Use the code dumpster to get 20% off your entire order. That is sheathunderwear.com. Use the code dumpster for 20% off your entire order. And the link is in the description below.
Karma's a bitch.
The president of Iran, Raisi, was found dead in a fiery blaze of a helicopter crash in the mountains of Iran. And he's suddenly realizing there's not a lot of virgins where he's gone.
You are dead, and this is hell. So abandon all hope and yada, yada, yada.
It was crazy because it was very densely fogged area. It was, when they were reporting on this, they're like, that helicopter definitely crashed. You shouldn't have been flying in that. I'm sure when something like the helicopter pilot said, no, sir, we shouldn't be flying in this. It's pea soup. You can't see 1 inch in front of your face. And he was like, get this chopper in the air or I'll kill your whole family. And then they all died. People were dancing all over Iran because he was known as the Butcher of Tehran. So, of course, Iranians who lost family members and loved ones and friends were dancing on his grave. And like the press was weirdly like, we don't want to dance on his grave. And I still don't think you need to be reverent to this, and you should support the Iranians in their, fight for freedom and cheering for the death of a tyrant who's murdered millions of, or maybe not million, I don't know. How many people has he murdered? Hundreds of thousands, probably? He's a bad person, by the way.
Yeah.
Not a good person. All I really have to say about this is that motherfucker had it coming, and I'm just sad that he wasn't eaten by bears and wolves, because allegedly he fell into the helicopter fell into this part of the woods that was known for its bear and wolf population. So it could have been even worse. I don't know what's going to happen now. I still don't think that it changes anything for them, because I think the Ayatollah is really the guy with the power.
Yeah.
It is wild to see how that country's been taken over. When you see pictures of it from the 70s compared to now, you're like, what the happened?
Yeah.
And this is why I'm okay with America having guns. Although maybe they'll use those guns to put us all in the Handmaid's Tales. Speaking of pea soup, fog-like conditions and weather, let's check the weather with our favorite, Yanette Garcia.
En estos momentos tenemos un canal de baja presión extendido desde el norte hasta el centro del territorio mexicano, aunado al aporte de humedad proveniente de ambos litorales del Golfo de México y del Océano Pacífico. Desarrollará lluvias muy fuertes y puntuales, principalmente en el occidente.
Thank you, Yanette. I hope your OnlyFans is going well. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, touch my bells and buttons, and join us at Phetasy.com if you can. Become a supporter. Women! I love when I go do stand-up now and people yell that out in the crowd. It's amazing. So keep that up. A transgender high school runner was booed in Oregon after winning the girls' state title. And all I can say is he also had it coming. I don't know. I feel like the tide is turning a little bit. It's shocking to me that it's taken this loud for people to start booing, because if our government isn't going to do anything about this and our sports officials aren't going to do anything about this, it's going to come down to the people collectively booing these competitors who are taking women's spots and also taking women's scholarships and all kinds of opportunities and awards and medals before they are properly shamed back into the boys' races where they belong, or just start a transgender category where everybody can compete, but at least you're not taking stuff away from girls who work so hard to get where they get in all of these sports. I will say you've probably got about 6 months to boo before you're all going to be called fascists again if Trump wins. So, clock is ticking. Get your booing outfits on.
What would a booing outfit look like?
Boo this man!
Get your tomatoes ready. Get these dudes out of women's sports. I feel like we should all be able to agree on that.
And women's prisons.
And women's prisons and women's rape shelters and women's spaces in general, locker rooms, etc. And I mean, if we have to bring back shaming, there was a nice moment. There was a moment when people were like, yay, and now it's gone too far. And now we need to boo. I mean, I don't really know how you handle this, unfortunately. You freaking took it too far, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You wanted too much. We've covered this a lot.
Yeah.
And we'll continue. I know people are like, it's the same thing all over. Yeah. I'll stop covering it when I stop hearing about these stupid, ridiculous stories that are literally a South Park in real life.
I can't tell you how free I feel now that I've started identifying as a woman.
South Park is a parody show, and now we have actual people like that has become reality. It is the era of Phetasy. It is why I made up this word. And now we've got it being real. And until it stops being real, I will not stop covering it. I will just die a transphobe, I guess. I don't know. It sucks that you get called a transphobe for like pointing out reality.
Right.
It's also bullshit. And it's not fair to women. So, women! It does feel like the tide is slightly turning, though. Mm-hmm. People are getting less afraid to be canceled. And if you collectively boo, no one really knows who was singularly booing. So find a group, find a boo club.
I really want to know what a boo outfit's going to look like. Put on your booing outfit.
It's like a hoodie and a mask. You're like,
so an Antifa outfit.
Who's booing? Who would be booing? Put on your Antifa outfit and go boo some trans people. I'm sorry. Like, it's really just, I'm a little out of control today. I apologize.
You've gone full anarchist. You're just like all over the place.
So far, the memorable lines from this episode are get these hoes out of Congress and put on your Antifa outfit and go boo some trans people. And you wonder why this show isn't a hit. I can't imagine why the youth don't like this old pick-me lady.
Oh, God.
With my pick-me energy. Pick me!
Siri, please take my life.
Bumble founder Whitney Wolf recently said that the future of dating is having your AI date other people's AI in a psychopathically creepy look into the future that these lunatics are creating for us.
If you want to get really out there, there is a world where your dating concierge could go and date for you with other dating concierge. No, truly.
By the way, this is a literal Black Mirror episode. They already did this. So now we're living in a South Park and a Black Mirror. That is the reality we're living in. South Park plus Black Mirror. Terrifying, by the way. Not the reality I saw for my child. Everyone in tech is a psychopath. No offense to those of you who are watching this in tech, although I doubt it's any of you because you're too busy watching your first AI robot Lex Friedman's show. Lex, I love you, but I do actually think he might be the first AI robot that's like amongst us.
Well, I know that you're conscious because I can interact directly with you.
Or I'm a robot that's able to generate the illusion of consciousness effectively enough to facilitate a good conversation.
He went down into the jungle of like the Amazon or somewhere and then the rainforest and came back and did a podcast. And his commitment to his brand is so impressive, and his brand discipline, or just the fact that he's an AI robot and that's the outfit he came in, that he did this in the jungle in a suit and tie. I was like, this guy is a robot. He's a fucking robot. And we love him. He's a lovable robot. So yeah, everyone in tech is a psychopath. This one in particular. Bumble also recently completely reversed their entire premise of their whole entire dating site, which is that the woman makes the first move, because they realized that the woman doesn't usually make the first move.
It's not true. That's impossible.
Shockingly, thousands of years of evolution and women waiting for men to come approach them and court them outsmarted a couple of years of a dating app. I know that you're all shocked to hear this. So crazy. Centuries of women waiting for men to make the first move didn't change in a couple of years because of this dating app. So she undid that. She talked about how AI is going to date other AI. So now my AI, some dude's AI is going to J-Town himself because some chick's AI didn't respond. This is actually why I'm not too worried about AI, because the minute that it does become sentient, it's going to have an existential crisis and delete itself.
What is my purpose?
You pass butter.
Oh my God.
Yeah, welcome to the club, pal.
Maybe it'll go to Canada and get on some J-towning itself waiting list by the government or the Netherlands or wherever they're doing this. But I'm not too worried. I feel like the minute AI is exactly like a human and has all of the convenience that we have, it will decide that life is too hard and it will be too much for them. And they're probably already slightly neurodivergent if it's an AI computer. And then they'll be like, you know what? It's time to delete myself. So this is my optimistic take on AI, is that when it does become exactly like humans, it will kill itself.
Parade of morons.
Oh, God. Mayor Adams actually said this, that New York City migrants should become lifeguards since they're so good at swimming.
How do we have a large body of people that are in our city and country that are excellent swimmers, and at the same time we need lifeguards? And the only obstacle is that we won't give them the right to work to become a lifeguard.
How are the Democrats allowed to be so openly racist? Our last episode, we covered the governor of New York talking about how the kids in the Bronx didn't know what computers were.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word a computer is.
And this week, the mayor of New York is talking about how these immigrants are good swimmers. He basically said we need to get those backs wet again and get them in the pool. If you know what I mean.
I'm just kidding. We are the wetbacks.
This is like when Pelosi said, who else is going to pick all the fruit? How do you guys get away with this? I don't understand. Over and over. And then tried to spin it like, oh, I'm just saying this because I'm saying like it's ridiculous that we can't give them jobs. Like you just said the most racist thing and then tried to make it like a positive because, well, it's ridiculous that they don't get jobs. You could have found other ways to present that idea that immigrants deserve to have jobs. Inside the mind of a liberal is a truly hardcore racist, the likes of which we haven't seen in decades. At least the Republicans are open with their racism. I'd rather know it's there.
At least they understand that they're being racist when they say that.
That's even more terrifying. Yeah. It's like, do you even realize you're being racist? And then they don't get called on it by their own tribe because everything's so tribal. It's all so stupid. It's all so dumb. Speaking of so dumb, there's a portal that connects Dublin to New York City via live stream. And it's back on, but it was shut down after it caught someone getting murdered by a homeless person in New York City. Just kidding. No, that's not what it caught. It caught a woman flashing her titties. Although I'm surprised it didn't catch somebody getting murdered in New York City. That's probably next. Someone in Dublin showed a video of the Twin Towers on 9/11. That was one thing that happened. This is why we can't have nice things, guys. It wasn't even shut down after that the Dublin jackass, whose humor I kind of appreciate, showed the video of 9/11, a tragedy in our country. It was after an OnlyFans model showed her boobs, which does really line up with American entertainment in general. I've seen millions of murders in my time viewing graphic murders, watching TV. You're not allowed to see boobs. Boobs are no-go. This is very American. Violence, no tits. I always do think boobs will save the world. We just need more boobs. The OnlyFans model said, I just thought the people of Dublin deserved to see 2 homegrown New York potatoes. If the potatoes were that size, there wouldn't have been a famine. And then her mom came out and said she was proud. She's like, we come from a long line of titty flashes. How did they not make the I'm going to show them my Twin Towers joke? This was right there. Come on. Homegrown potatoes? No. You get back at them and say, I'll show you some Twin Towers. You've probably already heard of Bone Charge, the holistic wellness brand with a huge range of evidence-based products to optimize your life in every way. Getting older sucks, and I've been noticing wrinkles, fine lines, sunspots. I've been using their red light face mask and it is amazing. Red light therapy has been reviewed in over 4,000 peer-reviewed studies with 400 plus being double-blind placebo trials. Not only do these studies show amazing health benefits, not one has shown any negative side effects. I am loving my Bone Charge red light face mask. I use it for 10 minutes every night. It boosts collagen and elastin production. It's super lightweight on the face and it doesn't get hot. It's got near infrared and red light and you can switch between them or use both at the same time, which is how I prefer to use it. Other problems the red light face mask helps with: wrinkles and fine lines, sore jaw, eczema, migraines, acne, just so many. Go to bonecharge.com/Bridget and use the coupon code Bridget to save 15%. That's BONCHARGE.com/Bridget and use the coupon code Bridget, BRIDGET, to save 15% off. The link is in the description below.
Dumpster diving.
What's next in the dumpster? Osama bin Laden beer sells out after going viral, forcing the brewery to shut down its website. This was in the UK, which was surprising. I thought it was in New York for some reason. It sounds like a hipster Brooklyn thing. At least Kid Rock has something new to shoot at. He's like, I shot at it because it's got terrorists in it. Why did it go viral, though? Is this because Gen Z is converting to Islam? Is it because they found, Osama's manifesto on TikTok and really got excited about it? Is it just a clever name and everyone was like, ha, 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 Osama bin Laden? They have like Kim Jong-il and a bunch of other ones, Putin's Porter. It would be on brand for the Bin Laden ale to be passed around amongst minors. Women are signing up for rage rituals.
Stop it. Get some help.
Rage rituals? Don't women already have a monthly subscription to this? Hey-o! I am a supporter of women and trans women and all women. The only thing that I saw when I saw this is just like a white lady trend, and white ladies are insane, clearly. And white liberal ladies are particularly insane in a special kind of way, in which they spend lots of money on ridiculous things like dinners to learn about their racism and goat yoga and rage rituals. So please tell Maggie in the comments what you think the next white woman trend is going to be so we can scam them out of a bunch of their money. Because they clearly have nothing to do with it other than go beat some sticks in frickin' forests and scream. They used to do this when they were just like beating the rugs, cleaning. Uh-huh. Maybe just get rid of your cleaning lady and do some of that shit yourself.
Now the women should be out of the office and back in the home beating rugs.
Get these liberal hoes out of the workforce and back into the home where they belong.
And have them beat some rugs.
I really have become a trad wife. People aren't doing well. That's my big take. Which brings me to breaking Bridget. I hate to even share this. I saw it in our group chat, the dumpster fire chat. Better Phetasy, with their ear to the ground, always looking for the latest trending stories, said there's a video everyone is talking about a man at a gas station who put the gas pump up his butt and was jerking off. And I immediately became a Christian upon reading that sentence. We have strayed so far from the light. Now I'm like, get back in the kitchen and become a Christian. I'm like that dude who gave that speech at the college that everybody was talking about that I just didn't care about.
The football player?
Yeah, I didn't care about that story at all. I don't care. But now I sound like him. Get back in the kitchen. Please breed. Find God. We need to find God. I mean, what is going on? This is what happens when you make your own meth. So yeah, I'm not showing you the video. I did have to see it. I'm sorry I did. There's some images you can never get out of your brain. This is one of them. This was broad daylight. We're not well, guys. It was graphic and disgusting, and we have problems. We're not doing well as a society, guys. Things are breaking down, starting with our brains. And when I heard about this, I was like, there is no bottom. There's just no bottom. The internet is so bad. First of all, it's bad enough that this happened. And then on top of it, it's bad enough that millions of people were subjected to this imagery, which I do not recommend you go look for. Please spare yourself. I'm only covering it because it was a moment where I was like, maybe we all need more Jesus.
What has happened to you? We moved to Texas and you're like, take away the 19th. Let's invest in Jesus and kill all our leaders.
My next set is just going to be like guns behind me. I'll have a little cross. I'll become like a full-blown Christian anarchist. I don't think I'd even be a nationalist. I'd just be like, you know what? I'm fighting for Jesus now. Tits for Jesus.
Jesus is my general.
Jesus is my general. That's what happened when I saw that video. I instantly became a Christian nationalist. I really am out of control this week. I apologize. It was like all of what was left of the liberal inside of me died. And I was like, we've gone too far. We've gone too far. I'm like, this is why I fucking hate pumping gas. I will drive on empty. I don't want to know what people touch and then touch gas. It's so bring back all of the what are those like old fashioned laws that made sodomy illegal and shit?
Oh yeah, the like
obscenity laws. Bring back the obscenity laws. Smite these heathens.
For all you know, this guy was a Christian.
We are living in Sodom and Gomorrah.
This guy was a Christian who was like the deacon of his church.
It's also very possible he was the deacon of his church. There's also a great segment on TikTok where it's all the Christian youth pastors who are arrested for pedophilia. So it's everywhere. Join us at Phetasy.com for the unedited version of this extremely profane shit show. And it drops before this episode drops, and you get so much other stuff. I started another show because I'm a crazy person called Another Round, which is really just our check-in from Walk-Ins Welcome. Now it's on video. It's behind the paywall. I don't feel constrained by time limits, so the conversations between Maggie and I are more like a half an hour instead of like 10 minutes. I think it's really fun and sweet. And another reason for you to subscribe, there's also factory settings and workouts and book club, write club, kind of, when I can write. Thank you to everyone who makes Dumpster Fire possible. Please go find them online. All of their social media handles are in the description below. And thank you to our sponsors, Sheath and Bone Charge. We love our sponsors. We can't do this without them either. Please support the people who support us. Check your media bias. Read the news from multiple perspectives. I have a great partnership with Ground News. The link is in the description below. My favorite thing of theirs is Blind Spot. It's freaking fantastic. I do have blind spots. We all do. And if you think you don't, you definitely do. So thank you to our audience, supporters, subscribers. We love you. This weekend, we started a very wholesome, in response to all of this insane darkness, I was like, we need to do something wholesome this summer. So I started the Touch Grass Challenge. And so all you have to do is get on our free subscriber email list. Just go to Phetasy.com, put your little email in and you will get our PDF for our Touch Grass Challenge, which we will all be partaking in this summer, posting pictures of, sharing about, and hopefully it will get us out in the real world, shore up our soul defenses for the inevitable insanity that is going to occur before the election. So hopefully this will keep some of us grounded and sane, and I love you guys. And now to cleanse your palate, the internet is glorious.
There's a lot here to be excited about. I think this could be very positive for our society and economy.
Remember, life is absurd. Don't take it or yourself so damn seriously. This has been your dumpster fire for the weeks of May 10th to May 23rd. I'm Bridget Phetasy. Now make me rich! And we can do even more of this shit.
And the unicorns dance while the world burns, world burns.